Thank you for this opportunity, including the concerned residents as well. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for your concern as well. Mr. Mayor, Board of Trustees, I don't want to get too preachy and too far into this issue, how it was generated, because it's an internal issue. The reason why the board did not get proper notification. Well, let me also say this. A piece of information can be very dangerous, and people know that. And when people think that they have a piece of information that they can manipulate on either side, for whatever reason, entertainment, whatever you want to call it, they use it. So, to avoid conspiracy theories, I thought it was very necessary to address the board. Okay? If you look at my request early last week, or talked to the village attorney, I requested that a resolution be proposed for Falko. I requested that he put that together for me, listing out all of his accomplishments, his years of service, and that he was being retired. He was being retired. The K9 program is not being I forget the word that was used on this post, disbanded. It is not being disbanded. Again, I don't want to berate, belittle, or even embarrass anyone, but most of the board was not involved with my original interview with the village. And I'm not sure how well you guys are familiar with my resume. I have been a police officer for more than 25 years. I have a bachelor's degree in public safety management, a master's degree in public safety administration. I have managed more than 50 departments with more than 50 people in it. I have served on just about every level of a police department. I'm retired from a neighboring police department in the south suburbs. This is not my first K9 unit that I have supervised. It is inhumane, and we can be held accountable if we work a dog until he drops. There were numerous levels and factors that went into making this decision. For anyone to post that there was some we cut them from the, first of all, the budget was already done. The budget was done. For anyone to throw that hook out there and then both sides grab hold to it and take off running. This is the whole purpose of having a social media policy, which will be addressed internally. The dog, it's not just, first of all, and let me be clear. Again, I don't want to be too preachy, but if you come to my chat with the chief, you will know that I like to talk and I like to teach. Most people, when they say, oh man, your squad car got 100,000 miles, my car got 100,000 miles. Y'all can keep those squad cars. Well, your car doesn't do 0 to 60 in that short a period of time, doesn't slam on the brakes, doesn't turn corners, doesn't go rocks and gravels. Hard miles, stop and go, where we're having to replace transmissions and engines at 70,000 miles. Why would you mention that when we're talking about a dog? Well, I got a dog that's 10 years old. That dog is perfectly fine. Your dog is not a working dog, being exposed to the elements. Nor does your dog have a chronic ailment that involves the twisting of his intestines, which means when he runs to do his job, when he's doing his job, it could mean sudden death. if it happens. If it was a younger dog, we evaluated, by the way, he was diagnosed with this back in 2016 when he was a younger dog. And I see why they had him out there. But when you're in your mid-60s and dog years, and you have a chronic illness that could mean sudden death, painful death, when we have this dog doing demonstrations in front of children, for him to run out and drop dead, this was not a decision that I made solely based on my experience. I contacted other chiefs of police throughout the south suburbs who had dogs, who retired dogs. And when they made the decision to retire dogs, I sat and met with my supervisory staff, one of which who was a former K9 officer here. I also met with past staff from my old agency that were K9 officers. This is not something that I take lightly. And how is everyone in this room gonna feel if we say, you know what, man, y'all love that dog so much, we're gonna put him back out there, and he's on a call a week from now and drops dead? How's that gonna make all of us look? So, again, now, I said all of that to say this as well. You only had a piece of information and it was bad information. Okay? So, regardless of, keep in mind, a lot of the people here have been in my office. I have had an open door policy. I will continue to have an open door policy. You don't even have to wait till chat with the chief. I have sat down, most of you know that I have a coffee machine in my office as a result of my wife with her discount at a store that she used to work at. Please, come by. Have a personal chat with the chief. And you'll get a chance to really see the inner workings of the police department. I thank you for your time. I didn't even mean to talk this long, but you know what? You guys have been through 7 chiefs in 10 years. You have one that's committed to you right now that has turned down other agencies. I'm not blowing my own horn, but you know what? If I didn't care, I'd have said, you know what? Social media is just social media. You know, officers can do what they want to do. You know what? We'll let them. That's not my character. That's not what you're investing in. I do appreciate everyone. I appreciate all your comments. I appreciate your emotion and enthusiasm towards this village, towards the police department, and the K9. With that being said, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Village Board. Chat with the chief every third Thursday, 6 o'clock. Please feel free to stop by. Everyone else, enjoy your night. I have to go feed my children.